Now for a couple of upgrades on the Gorgon. First I've got a wheelie bar. This arrived yesterday, so now that will be better. It's a set part number 320613, and there it is. So we'll fit that on. It's quite flexible plastic. Comes with 4 screws. So we'll take the. I'm going to have to take the rear wheel off at a time. I have to admit that rear wheel nut was very tight. And don't know if there's a right or a wrong way. Oh, there is a right and a wrong way. So just a couple of screws. That goes into the rear bumper. There we go, the wheelie bar is on. I had it upside down. You have the, seems to be the flat bit to the top. But like I said, when you've got no instructions, it's hit and miss, but it fits very nicely. Now the second mod I've done is on the 3D printer. What we lacked was, they had these spacer tubes, that's the rear one, and they had a few spacers. So what I've done was I measured it and I've made a one-piece 3D printed spacer. All I did was make a tube by making 2 circles on CAD. The inner one was 15.5, so it slides over the shock nicely, and the outer was 20mm. And these are like, let's see, I think there's 28mm on the rear and 16s on the front. So this gives me the spacers that if I want to add a bit of preload while I'm out for bashing, I can now add a bit more to the springs without having to worry too much. But the rear is still very soft, as you can see. The front is not so bad, but it is the rear that needs more preload to me if you're jumping it. But otherwise, for general running, these are set to what I was enjoying, so it wasn't that hard to do. Now, one of the problems is the roof rubbers, and what I've done is I've made some 3D printed parts. I've made them flat, and then I used a hairdryer to just slightly curve them so they fit the roof better, because it curves down at the front. I did make a faux pas. I had plastic groove all the way through to the front, but where it curves down at the front and rear, and the shape of it, they're a pain, so I just cut them off. It wasn't hard with a knife, but they fit in the groove on the roof. So I'll do once start it off. So basically what they're designed to do is line up with the line at the back, and we just have to hold it and keep at it until the drill goes through, hopefully. Now we're moving. This is the trouble with this body, it shifts. Well, I've got one hole done. See, the way I do this is can't get the drill to clear it. See, it didn't drill, it sort of tore. That done it, running it through backwards, and then making sure you got it the right way round, because it's got offset screws on the front for a bit more tension there. And we'll run a screw through. There will be, like I said, the frame to go on, but there it is. So all we've got to do now is drill the next one as we go down. There again, we're coming through, so I'll go from the other side, because before I fit it finally, I'll clean it all up, and then we wind in the second screw. So what I'm going to do is stop the camera, because you don't need to watch me drilling 2 more holes, and that one's loose, so we'll put the nut on that one if they go loose. And this is to hold it in place. But like I said, once they're all drilled, I'll show final assembly. Now, where it fits underneath, because you've got a ridge, I didn't want to bolt just direct straight onto that. So what I done was I made this piece of plastic, and it fits over the groove and clamps all the way through for good strength. So now all we've got to do is make sure we've got it the right way around, because like I said, I made them directional. A bit by mistake, but then a bit of luck in a sense, because it lines up better. Well, it gives you, on the curved part at the front, 2 closer screws together. I can't completely show you. But this bit screws through. We'll get it so far. See, there we go, the piece on the inside. And now we should be able to wind the other 3 screws into place. It's funny how some fit looser than others. Yeah, the front one's a bit of a pain, but I will get it to fit. But like I said, this is all prototyping, so you never know. And you've got to slightly sort of persuade it into place. last screw. I think it's because I put the earlier ones in first. It might pay to put the front one in first because of it's at an angle. It might pay to put in the front one first. Here we go. But yeah, like I said, this is the first time these have been fitted, and like I said, you know, I've changed the angle of them. So if I can get the front one loose, the others should follow. So there we go, the first one's fitted. Yeah, I have to admit, where I curved it and drilled, it does slightly change the hole. So like I said, all you have to do is get the first one in loose and then force the second one in, and they'll all slowly line up. Well, that's the first rail, so I'm going to get the other one fitted and show you it on the truck finished. So there we go, all finished. The roof bars, I hope you like them. They're not perfect. Let's see if we can get it in a good light. But like I said, where I used the hairdryer to curve them a bit, at the front more than anything, they fit really nice to the roof without pulling the roof down, because I didn't want to do that, because if you can see from the side, you can see it's really nice. So that's my first set of upgrades for it: a wheelie bar, roof sliders, and some shock tube spacers to make it, well, it gives me the adjusters that I can add a bit more front and rear as and when I want it. If I want to do a bit more jumping with it, I can actually now clip on the big ones and increase the tension a lot more. But I just hope you like what I designed. Like I said, I'm not a designer, but I'm slowly working out how things can be designed on CAD and trying to make parts. But the great thing is, if these wear out too much, I've just got to take them off and print some new ones.